Lot along. They would have just kept Lot by the riverside and said, we don't know where you came from, but you give us problem. So they took Lot along. This was the first time in the history of Abraham that Abraham had to fight a battle. The strategy by which Abraham fought these kings, because if you check, you will find one king there called Tidal, king of nations. So Tidal had nations under him. Was a friend of Chedorlaomer. There was a strategy by which Abraham was able to conquer and to defeat all those kings. That strategy is not part of our lecture today. It is something that should be studied in spiritual warfare, what Abraham did. So that's not my problem. I'm just trying to provide the context. Abraham used that strategy. He was outnumbered, outgunned. But the strategy that he used conquered the kings, and he restored Lot. Restored the people that were kept captive. Are you there? Okay. So let's go to verse number 17 of Genesis chapter 14. And the king of Sodom went out to meet Abram. That the him there is Abraham. After his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer and of the kings that were with him at the valley of Shaveh, which is the king's dale. That means Abraham was somewhere and the kings were coming from a distance. There was an encounter that Abraham had before the kings could arrive where he was. Next verse. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. Unfortunately for the kings, as they were making their way to where Abraham was, this ancient encountered Abraham. His designation was that he was the king of Salem, the king of the island of peace. He brought bread, he brought wine to Abraham. The reason why it was said that he brought bread and wine to Abraham was because he was a priest of the Most High God. I will explain. Next one. These were his words. And he blessed him and said, "Blessed be Abraham of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth." See, it's the Most High God that is the possessor of the heaven and earth. Are you there? But he is bringing salutations from the Most High God. He's bringing greetings from the Most High God. It's just like John in the book of Revelation. Can you give me Revelation chapter 1, verse 1 and 2? The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. Yeah? Who bear record of the word of God and of the testimony of Jesus Christ and of all things that he saw. Next verse. Next verse. 4. John. To To the 7 churches which are in Asia, grace be to you and peace from him which is. That is, John is bringing salutation to the churches. The salutation he's bringing to the churches is a salutation he received from God, which is to come. I also bring salutations to you from the 7 spirits which are before his throne. That's the kind of salutation that Melchizedek brought to Abraham. Not good morning. Are you there? So let's go back to the salutation, please. Genesis chapter 14, verse. Oh my. Are you there? He blessed him. Abraham of the Most High God. You know the promise that God gave Abraham was, in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Is that true? Oh my God. When Melchizedek came, the impact of this salutation was that he willed the earth to Abraham. And that was the reason why God in this salutation was designated as the possessor of heaven and earth. But now, Abram, you will be in custody of the earth. You will notice subsequently that Abraham now had a say when God wanted to bring judgment to Sodom and Gomorrah. Abraham, he was a senator. God had to come visit him because the jurisdiction of the earth was now under his power. He couldn't be left out of the arrangement. So a very spiritual thing took place here. Go to the next verse. Let me use my time well today. And blessed be the Most High God, which had delivered thine enemies into thy hand. Abraham's response to these lofty salutations and blessings was that he gave Melchizedek the tithes of all the spoil he had gathered from the battle. And it will interest you. Are you still here? You're not with me. It will interest you to know that this man had received the revelation of tithes before Moses was born. And I need to do some clarification. Are you still with me? I need to do some clarification quickly. Because someone that is a theologian in the congregation might want to ask a question. Under what dispensation did Abraham operate? Was it the dispensation of grace or the dispensation of the law? Obviously, we know that the law has not been activated at this time. Okay. Let me just clear your doubts first and foremost. Can you jump to the book of Romans chapter 4? I'm trying to build an edifice. In Romans chapter 4 verse 1, I hope you know Romans 4:1 is a PhD thesis proposal. He said, what shall we say then that our father Abraham, our father, as pertaining the flesh has found? That is the proposal. What exactly did Abraham find with God? Because Abraham earned the title of the friend of God. He earned the title of the father of faith. He earned the title of the father of many nations. So much so that Christians, Muslims, and Jews claim him to be their ancestor. So this thesis is saying, what exactly did he find? Next verse. If Abraham were justified, can you underline justified? Do you know the meaning of justification? I know.